What can Cody Williams do to be a positive player for the Utah Jazz? Let's take a look at some clips and talk about it.
Checks in. Filipowski goes out for Utah.
Still have that mismatch.
Cody slides inside. Glass, beautiful move. Beautiful. We did not see much of that in his rookie season. Cody, the 10th pick out of Colorado, gives Utah a 91-86 lead in Salt Lake.
Jazz Smack, NBA and Utah Jazz basketball.
Now, I think we all saw some positive signs from Cody Williams during this past summer league that just concluded, both in Salt Lake and in Las Vegas. Certainly some positive signs compared to what we saw in the regular season this past year with the Utah Jazz. That didn't go well, but this summer, gave some renewed hope to what Cody Williams can possibly do for the Utah Jazz sometime in the future, possibly beginning this coming year. So let's take a look at some clips from this past summer league of where Cody Williams did some positive things and some places where he struggled, and then kind of talk about what Cody Williams could possibly do positively for the Utah Jazz next year that would make him a valuable asset not only next year, but certainly in the coming years where the Jazz are looking to do something significant in the postseason. So let's take a look at the clips.
He's done it on the defensive end first, but that's a beautiful shot. Good reward for him. Wow.
That's just pure athleticism as G.G. Jackson watches.
So here was an interesting play. So Cody Williams is guarding G.G. Jackson to the top left of center on the three-point line. And G.G. Jackson does a little simple jab step to the right. Cody totally bites on that jab step. G.G. Jackson goes left, blows right by Cody, and goes straight down the middle of the lane for the dunk. And this was obviously a very negative play. And these are the type of plays where Cody needs to improve. He needs to improve with his ability to read the player, his ability to, stay in front of his guy. He can't just allow a player like G.G. Jackson to just do a simple jab step to the right, go left, and go unimpeded all the way to the basket for a dunk. Now, everybody has negative plays. Every single player in the NBA has negative plays at times. And this just so happens to be one of Cody's. But these are the type of plays that need to be minimized. This was a particularly bad one. Let's take a look at another clip of Cody playing defense better.
Execution by the Jazz that time. Isaiah Collier, 6 assists.
Leads back to 5.
So here Cody, he's matched up again. This is against Oklahoma City in the Summer League in Salt Lake that just concluded. He's playing against the point guard on the left wing above the three-point line, and the point guard for OKC. He dribbles right. Cody, it's not textbook defensive effort in terms of sliding his feet and being in front of him the entire time, but he's in front of him enough to angle him into the baseline where the Oklahoma City point guard needs to reverse the dribble and go back out. So again, right here, this is a decent effort. I mean, he made an effort, and he was able to redirect the player properly and not allow him to get by him and get to the basket. So this is a situation where Cody's playing against a point guard, a player that's smaller than him, a player that's quicker than him, but his size and his length and his ability to stay somewhat in front of his guy, he did his job, and that's an impressive play. Let's take a look at the next one.
They drive it out to Youngblood. He'll go baseline, a dish inside, blocked from behind, put it back in, second effort.
So here's a situation where Cody got a block shot on the backside. And again, with Cody's height and length, he's able to be in the paint and he's able to defend guys, especially from the reverse side. He should be able to get a block here and there. Just doing that, just being just putting forth some effort where there is a possibility of getting a block shot, as in this case, he was able to get a block shot. And that's something that he can certainly do in a regular season situation as well, where he should be able to, on a 30-minute basis, he should be able to come away with around 1 block per game. So he certainly blocked several shots this year in this year's Summer League. He certainly has that ability. With his length and athleticism, he should be able to get a few blocks here and there. Let's take a look at the next one.
But right here you see a little contact in the back of Mitchell.
Collier, whistle for the foul. Tapped out, another possession. Here's Topic. Gave up the 3. They go to Barn.
This is a situation where Cody did not do a particularly great job of boxing out his guy. Now, this is a little bit of nitpicking here because it was a really bad bounce off the free throw. Oklahoma City was shooting free throws. Cody Williams is in rebounding position. He's trying to box out his guy on the free throw line. The player, Leon, he pushes him a bit in the back and gives a little separation. He's able to get his hand on the ball and get a back tap, so his team gets another possession. So again, is this nitpicking a bit? Yes. But should Cody do a better job of boxing out a player in that situation? Yeah, he needs to do a better job than that. Now, is Cody still somewhat slight of build, even though he's gained weight in this offseason since the season began and the Summer League? Did he gain both weight and strength? Yeah, he did. But he will gain some more weight and strength. But in this situation, he's playing against another player who's somewhat slight of build, and he did a poor job of boxing him out. So he needs to be a plus player on the defensive end. These are the type of plays where he needs to do a better job. Let's take a look at the next one. And this is another one where I'm kind of nitpicking, but it's just more about an effort play. So let's take a look at this.
Our crowd always shows up. There's definitely some jitters that first night, but it's about, is he going to compete every game? Is he going to compete
So this is a situation where the Jazz are on offense, on the offensive end of the court. Filipowski turns the ball over. Cody is on the right wing, and Kyle turns the ball over. And from where the possession started for the other team, for Oklahoma City, on that side of the ball, and where it ended, Cody kind of trailed the play, and the distance between Cody and the player with the ball, it lengthened from where it started. So Cody didn't particularly run very hard on defense. Now, most players in this situation in the NBA are not going to run very hard on defense. But again, if you want to be a plus player on the defensive end, considering where Cody is, where his offense is evolving, and you want to be a plus player on the defensive end, these are the type of plays where running hard can certainly make a difference. If Oklahoma City were to miss the layup or dunk there, Cody was in no position to be in a place of rebound because he didn't run hard. He's in no position to be able to guard, somebody who maybe gets an offensive rebound. He's just basically out of the play because he did not run back hard on the defensive end. So again, is it nitpicking? Yeah, it's absolutely nitpicking because, again, most players wouldn't run back hard at all. Jordan Clarkson, if he had done this, he wouldn't run back at all. He would still be standing exactly where Kyle Filipowski turned the ball over. Clarkson would not have made any effort to even get past half court on the defensive end. So again, nitpicking. Let's look at one more, something that Cody needs to correct if he wants to be a significant minutes player.
I like that. Work it out.
Work it out.
Topic first bucket since the first quarter. Steals, Leons
has done that several times.
So this is the game where several of the Utah Jazz players were picked clean by this same Leons player from Oklahoma City. And again, for Cody to play significant minutes and be a plus player, I think is his best position for the Utah Jazz to play the 2 guard. Playing the two guard, you need to be a ball handler when you're in the game. And in this case, Cody was dribbling the ball up the court and he got just picked clean, completely clean. And he can't be, if he wants minutes, he has to be a ball handler at that position, and he can't allow this to happen. So this is one of those cases again where it's not really effort. This is one of those cases that's actually skill development, and he just can't allow that to take place. It's just a really negative play that turned into 2 easy points. So those are my thoughts. Now, the next thing is, like, the reason why I think that Cody can be a really positive player for the Jazz on the defensive end, the physical attributes is one of those. Now, Cody, I think his best position for the Utah Jazz moving forward is the two-guard position. That allows the Jazz to have plus size at that position. And I think Cody Williams has the athleticism to play that position. Can he play it big minutes moving forward? That's yet to be seen. I don't know where his offense is going to end up. There are too many variables in there with where his offense currently is and how it's evolving. I'm not going to even address that. I'm going to just push that to the side. I'm going to just focus on what he can be defensively right now, because I don't know where the offense goes. There's a million different variables there. But defensively, he measured out at the pre-draft combine after his freshman season at Colorado. He measured out at 6 foot 6.5 inches, which is almost the exact height that Gordon Hayward measured out at the pre-draft combine. Now, Gordon Hayward came in heavier, but Gordon Hayward was also playing the 3. And I think Cody is better at the 2. I think Ace should be at the 3. And best case scenario, I think that's the best case scenario given the people, as the roster is currently constructed. I think that's the best case scenario. So I think for 6 foot 6.5, that is terrific size at that two-guard position. And Cody may actually be taller than that now because he did come out so young. I mean, it's possible that he did grow. So he may be a little bit bigger than that at this point. But even at 6.65, even at 6 foot 6.5 inches, he has really good height and length. His arm reach is good. He has a standing reach of, as you can see here on these numbers, he has a standing reach of 8.7. That's really good. He has the physical tools to be a plus defender at that position. And with that height and length, on a 30-minute per game basis, he should have the ability to get like 1.5 steals per game, should be able to block a shot per game, should be able to get 5 rebounds a game on a 30-minute per game basis. I mean, those are the type of things he can provide at that two-guard position, given his physical attributes. And that doesn't even and that's taking into account where he is physically right now, and who knows where he's going to get physically in a year or so from now. I mean, he's gained 20 pounds from when the time the season ended to the time Summer League started. So he's up right around 200 pounds now. I'm sure he's going to gain some more weight. Where he ends up, it's hard to know. Is he going to end up at 215, 220? Not sure. But given his physical attributes at this very instance, not even counting what he's going to be in the future, he certainly has the ability to defend better. And what does that entail? How does he defend better? In my opinion, he needs to be more aggressive on defense. And this involves the coaches, obviously, as well, is constantly stressing this fact with Cody. Be more aggressive on the defense. He needs to be more handsy when he's defending, both when the player he's playing against has the ball and when he doesn't have the ball. He needs to have his hands on the player. He needs to be trying to get deflections, trying to get strips, trying to get deflections. His hands need to be in the passing lanes, both when he's on the ball and when he's off the ball. with his length, he has the ability to do that. He just needs to be more aggressive on the perimeter, especially with the offensive player. And he needs to be more of a pest than he has been in his rookie year. And this isn't to criticize Cody, what he did in the past, but to be a plus player and to make plus plays. Those are the things that he has to do moving forward. And that's what he has the ability currently to do if the coaches continuously stress with him to do that, and that he also has to obviously take that upon himself to do those things. Now, just looking at like Oklahoma City this past season, Oklahoma City has a bunch of plus defensive players, a number of them. And they have some of the best guys in the league, Dort, Caruso. I mean, you look at Alex Caruso, how handsy he is with the offensive players when he's playing defense. I mean, he's all over them. And hopefully the league allows some more physical contact like they did in this past playoffs to go into this next regular season. I think around the league, I think that the league as a whole is actually looking forward to that. I know I certainly am. I hope that's the case. And for the teams to take advantage of that, you have to be more handsy on defense. You have to be. You have to have your hands on guys. You have to have your hands trying to strip the ball, trying to get deflections. It's imperative. And for the Jazz to be good at some point in the future, those defensive habits have to start now. And I think Cody, given the current roster makeup, I think he's the one that's in position to be one of those plus defenders moving forward. I think of all the guys on the roster, I would say that for the perimeter, now Harkless is really good, but Harkless's offense is going to hold him back. Now Cody's offense is also a work in progress. But defensively, I think he can do, he's not going to move his feet as well as Harkless. He's not going to have the anticipation skills of Alex Caruso. He'll never be that. Alex Caruso is the elite of the elite in that particular. He has a very unique skill. His anticipation skills are off the charts good. And Cody Williams is not going to slide his feet laterally as well as Alex Caruso. I don't believe he'll ever be that. But he's good enough that he can be a solid plus defender and make plus plays on the defensive end. And I think that as his offense evolves, I think that should be his area of focus. And I hope that is how the Jazz coaching staff, I hope that's their stance with him and what they urge him to do, and what they, in film sessions and everything else, when he makes a positive play, they positively reinforce it with him, so that he continues to make more and more of those positive plays. Because I think that would be terrific for the Jazz moving forward, because the Jazz have to find some plus defenders. If they want to be elite at some point, some of these guys they've drafted over the past 3 years have to be plus defenders. They have to be. The Jazz cannot be as poor defensively as they have been the past 3 seasons. They have to be better. And the Jazz have had some good plus defenders in the past. Chris Dunn is terrific. I think Walker is still really good. But the next guy on that list, the guy that I look to have a positive impact, I think that guy is Cody Williams for this coming season. So we'll see what happens. I hope that the Jazz take a merit-based approach to playing time, and they give it to the guys that earn it. They have a lot of evaluation to do, but I think they need to insist that the guys earn their minutes on the court, and I hope Cody is one of those guys that earns some minutes. How many minutes? It's hard to say, but a lot of that is up to him, and obviously a lot of that is up to the coaches as well. So we'll see what happens. Those are my thoughts on the Cody Williams situation with the Jazz. I hope that it works out well for him. Seems like a really good guy. He's obviously kind of a quiet kid, somewhat of an introvert. If you look at the introvert-extrovert spectrum, and you have Niang on completely one end of that, the total right side of that, or complete extrovert. And then on the other side of that spectrum, the outlier on the other end of that, it seems to me Cody Williams is that guy. But that doesn't mean that he can't be a really good, solid plus player on the defensive end of the court. I think that he certainly can be that guy. So that's where I think things stand with the Cody Williams situation, and kind of, what I hope to see with he and the Jazz this coming season for his role with the Jazz, and where hopefully his role ends up moving forward. But anyway, for those watching on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. You can also follow us on X at Jazz Smack, and we hope that everybody has a wonderful rest of their day.